we all there in the module? Just want to make sure, module 1.1 getting started. When I tell you we're going to start at the very beginning, I mean I'm going to start at the very beginning because not all of us necessarily have Gmail accounts. And what I'm going to tell you that even if you do have a Gmail account, I recommend making a teacher Gmail account. So at this time, if you don't have a teacher Gmail account, open up another tab and we're going to create one, because when you're sharing the documents with your students and they're submitting things to you, you don't want your personal email being flooded with their assignments, you know, and because at first they were sending things to mine, I'm like, whoa, wait, I don't actually want them having my email, like my email. So it's a really good idea to make yourself a school Gmail account. So if you go into Google Docs, you must first go into google.com and click sign in. Okay, are any of you creating a teacher account right now? Okay,
But I'm already there.
okay. So are you in Google already, Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to sign in, and then you just create the new one, and make it, I made mine very simple, like it's just Mrs. Boyce's ELA classes, you know, Mrs. Gilman's science classes, and I tried to keep it broad in case next year I change to accelerated, or if I had to go to 7th grade, it's just one thing, Mrs. Boyce's ELA classes.
So I can just do Gilman Science.
Yeah, like I said, I just tried to keep it real simple. And then once you have your account, your name should come up, whatever the account is that you made will come up in the top right corner on Google. Like if you made the new account, Shannon, it should now say.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to topic 1.2.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're gonna move on to topic 1.1.2, which is installing Google Drive. So if you are on your laptop and you haven't installed Google Drive yet, I highly recommend doing this because this is just the easiest way for you to get to these files now. So like it says, up on the toolbar, you're going to click on, it depends on what version you're using, okay? Does anybody's look like this where it says more? Does it look like you have a little box of apps?
I found it, yes.
Okay, you're going to click on more, and some of you might have to say even more, or you're going to click on where it says drive.
Push when it says run or
So
save.
then, since you're signed in, when you click download drive, your screen should end up looking like this, where it says meet your drive. So now you should have, if it downloaded right by the time, there should be like a little Google Drive icon.
I have to click on my little arrow, but yeah.
And then, once you see that, let's go back into where we were, into Google Drive.
So do I click on take me to drive on the web?
So let's create a document in Google Docs. What is it? Is anybody not ready? Okay. So when you click on create, I'm gonna, for this time, click on the drop down and click a document, okay? So the great thing about this document is that it's equivalent to Microsoft Word. I mean, it's pretty smack right on what it is. It's not as fancy as Microsoft Word has gotten it, but it has the basics. It has, you can double space, you can indent, bold, italics, underline, you know, the headlines. It has the basics of everything you need. And, okay, so we're gonna just leave that open for a second. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna go to module 1.3. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about using Google Docs in the classroom. It's a way to promote collaboration. You know, that's one thing that we talk about this year is the students collaborating. Keeping track of grades. There's a lot of stuff that can come with this. I'm not going to go into that because we have the way we keep grades. Facilitate writing. Again, for us, for our ELA, for our purposes, this year I used it to write a group research paper, collaborative in real time, and I'll show you the examples I have, I think, at the end of one of our other modules. On other documents, organized projects. Have you ever had kids, you wanted them to work together on PowerPoints, okay? Well, now they can. It's just not called PowerPoint, and we'll show you what that is. So there's just a lot of different ways that it can be used. How many of you ever had a computer crash while students are working on things and they lose everything? Well, in Google Drive, in the Google Docs, it saves automatically every 15 seconds. So if a computer crashes, it's already saved for them to go. It tracks their work, okay? It timestamps when they do something. So you can go back and see exactly what they're doing in the time that they're allotted. Like I said, this year for our research paper, I had my students do it in collaborative groups, where groups of 6 all had the same topic, and instead of each kid writing a full-blown research paper, they are each responsible for an introduction, a body paragraph, and then their own conclusion, and then they put it all together on Google Docs. This is like all of the essays that they turned in, and like I said, they shared them with me. So they had to put my email address, you know, when we went to share, they had to also type in my email address. And one of the key things is they type it incorrectly, because I said, like, guys, you didn't turn it in, because they would forget a letter or misspell something. So, you know, that's on them. They have to make sure they type your email address correctly, and their others too when they share. This is actually graded. So you can see where it's highlighted, where I made comments in the margins, so then they could actually go back and see the comments. So I just showed it through. I did it a little differently just because I copy and pasted a rubric down at the bottom, and I kind of divided it by colors, and then I put their final score in PowerSchool, but that's just how I did it. You know, I could have very easily attached the template for them to see, but I just wanted it right there. But now you guys were asking about the revision. So if you go up top where you see the last edit, it gives you a list of all of the edits the student did. So if we started with his document, okay, this is everything that he wrote, and we can go back to that version, and then we can see as he adds things, okay, adds things, add a heading, change it up top. Then we can see the other student that came in and started typing, and now he's in blue. And then if you notice where the revision history is, it timestamps it when he came in and he started typing. So I could actually go back in and see who revised what, who changed what sentences, what paragraph belonged to what person. All right, you know, we can see the other kids coming in and adding, you know, now we've got purple writing, and it shows you over on the column which color belongs to what kid, you know, and they're freaking out as they're typing because other kids are coming in, you know, and you can tell when they start goofing around because they start deleting each other's names. Alright, so when you have your document open, so this girl Brittany wrote this essay, and now we want to export it back as a Word document for whatever reason, okay? So you go to your file, and then you go to download as, and you can choose, you can export it as a Word document, PDF, because your iPads, guys, they don't read Word. Maybe you want it to be saved as a PDF, so now they can write on it in Adobe Reader, or whatever type it is. So when you're creating those templates, if this is something you want the students to use maybe as a worksheet, save it as a PDF, and now, you know, you can put it in there and write on it. So that's what exporting is, but you have to go to, when you open up the document, you have to go to download as, and then you choose your option.
Okay, so let's just look. I have it pulled up here. So you can see that as I'm typing, let's change the subtitle. Is it coming up on yours?
Yes.
So you can see as I'm doing it that the changes are occurring on yours. We could all be working at the same time, real time, different
So why don't
slides.
you go ahead and add a slide?